Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone today? Hope you're well. So let me know what the stream is like, only because we've got a house full and they're all on their bloody Xboxes and everything else as per usual. So let me know what the stream is like. If you can, let me know. That'd be great. So let's see who's on. Martin's on. Hello, how are you? From your bed, I'm guessing. Good evening, Andy. Jack Lee's on. Mingy Wong. Good evening, Andy. Catherine, hi. Alexander, how are you, buddy? Happy to see another quickie vlog. It will be a quick one, just running through some of the news. Hi, fellow Blues. Lankow's on. Good evening. How are you? Peter Curry, how are you? Hope you're well. It's fine, okay, it's good, thank you. Because I was getting messages up saying that YouTube's not receiving enough video, but hopefully it should be fine now anyway. But anyway, hope everyone's well, hope you're staying well. But loads of news to get through today very quickly, because it is late. So the first one we are going to look at is John Stones. Now, I'm sure this will cause a little bit of and ahhing between some of you. I know that there are some on the channel that will be quite happy if John Stones was to leave. Others are in support of John Stones, but apparently there's been an article today, and this is all to do with Silva, ex-Man City centre-back and captain. And he says that this is an article that was in the Mail, insisted he loves and has a lot of respect for John Stones, who's now at City and with 39 caps to his name. And he goes on, the 42-year-old recalled how he used to encourage a young Stones and even reminded the rising star that his job when he got his early chances in the Everton team was to do well enough to keep him out the side. But assessing Stones' progress since then in a candid interview on the Beautiful Game podcast, Distan reluctantly conceded he's not developed as he expected as a defender. Goes on to say, I'm not sure if he has got that defensive grit. He is an amazing player with the ball, really confident with the ball, but that is possibly the modern centre-back. As a modern centre-back, yes, he's amazing. Did he fulfil his potential? No. And I think that's something we've all been saying, hasn't it, about John Stones. He still has a lot to learn, and he has to be a lot more consistent. Can he fit in every team? I don't think so either, he said. He is perfect for Guardiola. Will he be perfect for a team who have to be stronger defensively first and then have less possession? I'm not sure he is there yet. Definitely he has all the attributes, but I feel like something didn't click for him yet. He could be much, much better than he is now. When I see that Manchester City would play a midfielder at centre-back when they have 2 or 3 centre-backs as a centre-back, that would hurt me greatly. That's my job, and you take a midfielder to play in my position, that would hurt me. I don't know if he doesn't have the confidence of the manager or if something else, but something needs to click with him. So he went on to say, we had a very similar manager at Everton as he has at City now, and a manager that likes to play from the back no matter what. That means if you make a costly mistake because he's been too confident or trying to force the play from the back, he had a manager who said, never mind, you did the right stuff, carry on. If you make a mistake and your manager says it's fine, don't worry, and the next game or 2 or 3 games after you make similar type of mistakes and your manager says, no, this is what I want to do, you carry on, I don't care, you get into a pattern where mentally you feel it's okay, I can make a mistake. That's what my manager wants. Some will feel that's brave, but some will think, I don't know if it's brave or stupidity. When you're at a place like City, it's okay because they have so much quality, but at Everton, that will cost us, so it's difficult. I know he's reacted well every time, but I'm a bit scared that because of the last 2 managers he has had that put him in that pattern of it's okay to make a mistake, don't worry. With the team and the manager they have now, he's the perfect player. No disrespect to him, he's a top manager, but will Guardiola make him better as a defender? I can't see it. He will make him a better player coming out from the back with the ball, but a better defender, I just don't see it happening. So that's quite strong words from an ex-Man City captain, ex-Everton captain and player also. So he seems to think that Guardiola's instilled this. It's all right, don't worry about it. It's my fault because I'm making you play out from the back, blah, 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 blah. And he don't think that Stones is going to improve because he thinks that unless Guardiola and his team can make him a better defender, first and foremost, then it's not going to make any difference. It's all right playing the ball out from the back, but if he keeps making mistakes and the manager's happy to to allow him to do that, you don't think he's going to be a good fit, basically, for Manchester City because he's going to keep making mistakes. So, yeah, that's some criticism from... constructive criticism, let's say, from an ex-City player, an ex-City captain. Right, let's see who's on. Andy, you watched some of my music podcasts. I have, Alexander. You have watched a couple of them. I have retweeted them for you, mate, but I haven't had time. I've been busy the last few days. Hi, Andy. Your Friday social was awesome. Thank you very much, mate. There'll be another one coming. There'll be another one coming soon. We sharing private info now. Sell. Sorry, Martin. Did I tell everyone you were in bed? Martin is up early because he's back to school tomorrow. No, I shouldn't have said that because I know what's going to happen next. He's going to say how young he is. Where's Tom? When there's talk of John Stones, I know. Let's leave it there. Hi, guys, says Kamal Dwyer. How are you, Kamal? Marc Alshon needs Laporte next to him, not Rodri in front of him. Good point. Or probably needs Fernandinho, let's face it. Because when Fernandinho plays in that central defensive midfield role, he makes everybody else look better. And a bit different when you have Vinny Company there as well. I'd get rid of Stones, injury prone and a liability. Not good enough, simple as for me, not progressed in 4 years. Lankow, Andy, name me any Premier League player. Andy, name me any Premier League player. Any Premier League player? I don't understand. Just, do you want a random name of a Premier League player or a City player or any Premier League player? I don't understand the point. Sell John Stones to Colchester United. Agree, Martin. Give him back to Barnsley and Kyle Walker back to Sheffield. What? You're joking, aren't you? Kyle Walker's been superb this season. Makes too many mistakes, needs replacing. Pep likes players over great defenders. He does, Mark Bell. Hello, lockdown lads. How are you doing, Superior Being? Alex, thanks for the retweets, mate. I'm taking your time to listen. Martin's back at school. We know all these. Hi, Andy Zidane. How are you? College, I'm 21. Is Martin returning to college next year? No, he's not. What do you think of... Well, I'm going to talk about Aubameyang now, mate, seeing as though we're on. And you brought it up there, which is, let's bring him up. And this is all about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And let's bring this up here. And this all came, really, I can't see it at all, but this all came from ex-Arsenal player and Celtic player Charlie Nicholas. And he says he fears that top scorer Aubameyang will be sold to Manchester City this summer to help fund the club rebuild under Mikel Arteta. I don't understand the correlation between Aubameyang coming to Man City. I just don't get it. There's already a huge gulf between the two clubs, and with obviously Arsenal 17 points behind it. And he has done well, don't get me wrong, he has done well at Arsenal, but Charlie Nicholas believes that Aubameyang wants to continue his Arsenal career, but thinks that right now Manchester City are a more viable option than Liverpool and Manchester United if he does go. He says, I do not think Aubameyang is seeking to leave. He was only a star at Borussia. If he's thinking about leaving, are Manchester United going to give you more opportunities as it stands? I do not think so. Would he get into Liverpool's side? No. Manchester City would be an option so that he could replace Aguero, but the only alternatives are the two giants of Spain. If it was City or the two Giants, I would accept it, but the rest I cannot be convinced that he would be guaranteed game time. The signs are still promising, but the weakness of Arsenal to deliver contracts is what terrifies me more than anything else. Now, I mean, really, Charlie Nicholas was a great player, great goal scorer, but talks absolute guff. Now, if he thinks Aubameyang won't get in Liverpool's team, fine, fair enough. But for some reason, he's going to replace Sergio Aguero. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is going to come in and replace Sergio Aguero. What? What is Charlie Nicholas on? He needs to get out of lockdown because he's talking absolute garbage. Not for me at all. I mean, we possibly could get him for, on the cheap and whatever else. And he could be a good second, third striker, but a replacement for Aguero at his age? I don't think so. Absolute nonsense. So I hope that answers your question about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Right, where was I back up to with your comments? Kamal says, Wait has been very good. I think you mean Walker. Yeah, he has been very good. Just the name of any Premier League player from any club. Okay. David Silva. Hello, Andy. Hello, Blues. It's good to be back. How are you, Chris? Hope you're well, mate. Hello, Andy. Hello, Blues. It's good to be back. So good. He said it twice. Alexander Savage. Martin, do you miss your friends from college? If Sane does go to Bayern, I would sign Aubameyang. Pep wanted him at City before. Stones Aubameyang swap deal and cash the City. Maybe, yeah. But I mean, certainly not for Aguero. Chris, you missed the quiz yesterday, mate. Mark Bell, Aubameyang would be good if the price was right. He's a tad up too old for a big price tag. Absolutely, of course he is. 60 mil or 80 million? What, for Aubameyang? You're joking? Absolutely no chance. I'd rather take Kane over Aubameyang first because Kane's better. And second, I love my Spurs. Chris Baker, I watched it last night, mate. Didn't get them all. Kamal, only his age is concerned, but he doesn't look like he's losing his pace and he scores goals. Also versatile. Can play left wing and up front. Ahead of who? Ahead of who? Would you take, well, this is the question, Kamal. Would you take Aubameyang ahead of Gabby, Sergio, Sterling, Mahrez, Sane? Not for me. Not for me at all. Sell Joao Cancelo to Hendon FC in the non-league. Aguero miles better than Aubameyang, absolutely. Kamal Dwyer, do you think he will come? Mark says he's a bit old, but decent player for a couple of years as a squad player. Squad player, yeah, squad player, absolutely, Mark. Yeah, definitely go with the squad player, but not replace. I mean, I was talking about Charlie Nicholas's comments that he would be a good replacement for Aguero. I don't think so. Aubameyang not a good fit for City, methinks. Not me either, if I'm being honest with you. But anyway, let's see what else we've got. Okay, let's move on to this guy, which we've been quoted and mentioned in papers about it. But this is all about Douglas Costa. And according to Corriere dello Sport, playing for one season under Guardiola at Bayern, Douglas Costa thrived under the Spaniard, who seemingly enjoyed working with him. After all, he was the one who brought him to Bavaria, and while they didn't spend that long together, an affinity grew between the two. At least that's what the Italian newspapers would like you to believe, as they continue to push a Man City interest in the Brazilian, who now plays for Juve. Corriere dello Sport are normally the culprits, and they're at it again on Tuesday, explaining that while Costa would normally be ideal for Maurizio Sarri's tactics in Turin, his physical issues have held him back. That's why Juve would be open to selling him in the summer with a valuation of around €40 million. It stated that on his trail at PSG, who also liked the look of Pjanic, Man City, and his former club Bayern Munich. This all comes as Juventus look to rebuild their squad post-COVID-19, looking to sell to fund their own incomings and reducing the wage budget along the way. For once, though, there is no mention of the potential swap with Gabriel Jesus, which is nice to see. but we never really believed it could happen. And it seems Corriere have finally seen the light. So it looks again that somebody, whoever that might be, is it Douglas Costa, is it his agent, is it Juve, is it somebody else, but they're trying to push this whole Douglas Costa thing again. It came out about a month ago, 6 weeks ago. We covered it on here. Looks like somebody else is now, with the potential of football starting and transfers in the next 3-4 months, maybe being able to commence. Maybe now the agents are pushing this, and if it was €40 million, that's decent, absolute decent money. But whether it's just nonsense, we'll wait and see. On to the next one, and this is Eduardo Camavinga. Now, let's see where that one is. And this is a 17-year-old Stade Rennais midfielder who's just a year into his professional football, but he's already attracting some interest from Europe's top clubs. And he is the latest prodigy to emerge from Ligue 1, and he's threatening to make a name for himself on the world stage, according to Joe Donahue of the MEN. It says the 17-year-old Stade Rennais midfielder has just a year of professional football to his name, but he's already attracting the interest of Europe's top clubs to watch. Camavinga does not play like a fledgling teenager taking his first steps on the big stage, far from it. He's unapologetically efficient when it comes to his attacking, his standout attribute. In fact, of every player across Europe's top 5 leagues this season, the teenage defensive midfielder averages the most successful tackles per 90 minutes with 4.6. To put that into context, United fullback and widely heralded tackling supremo Aaron Wan-Bissaka averages 3.8 successful tackles per 90. Camavinga's role in breaking up play in the midfield of the park is a valuable one for any side, but his efforts in particular have no doubt contributed to helping Rennes climb up to 3rd place in Ligue 1 table, with the likes of Real Madrid and PSG sniffing around Stade Rennais and Roazhon Park on regular scouting missions. It will not be long before Camavinga is no longer donning the red and black of the French side. So, another 17-year-old. They're saying that his rise has been meteoric, but that could be a hindrance more than anything. More than likely, at some point, his performances will dip or he will succumb to injury, having played an awful lot of football at such a crucial stage in his physical development. Both Manchester clubs have shown in recent times they are adept at nurturing and protecting young players, as well as ensuring they're afforded plenty of time on the pitch to continue their development. Mason Greenwood is another example from United. And even though Camavinga may be younger than most players in the United and City first team squads, but in terms of ability, he would fit right in. So, I don't know. Maybe he's one of those that City have been looking at. Maybe he's somebody that, we've seen it with the recent signings. Maybe it's somebody who might come in, go back to Rennes on loan, maybe pushed out to another feeder club from Manchester City. But somebody is touting him as a big, big talent of the future. So let me go back to your comments before we move on. Where are we up to? This Newcastle saga sounds interesting, mate. I'm getting my popcorn ready. Martin says Aubameyang over Gabby every day, twice on Sunday for better goal scorer. I disagree with that. He wouldn't cost a lot, maybe 30 million. He'd do a job coming off the bench. Kane is a slithering sloth. Doesn't press. Any half-decent team like Liverpool or City just pop a few passes round him till he tires. Shapeless. Alex says that's a hot take, Martin. Man City should sign Koulibaly. Too old for me. Oba for Jesus. No, thank you. Never in a million years. Douglas Costa is a no for me. His age concerned. He hasn't played in the Premier League before, so the time he settles in, time for him to retire. Catherine says Martin going down with billing in the bank, and he's 21. Martin, Skriniar and Ruben Diaz are the boys. Or, go on, shame you're not on live to pronounce, you mean Upamecano. Yeah, Upamecano for me over, yeah, well, Skriniar or Upamecano, but Upamecano for me. Said it last summer, but looks like City are back in for Skriniar again. They're not the Skriniar rumours are not going away whatsoever. Looks like City are definitely pursuing Skriniar, so that should keep Martin happy. But for me, Upamecano is the one. Or Jonathan Tah, but Upamecano for me, I think we should definitely be looking at. Douglas Costa as a replacement for Sane. Stu MC, Kanate, the right centre-back at Leipzig, better fit, Kanate and Laporte. Others have said Kanate before Stu. Mingy Wong, I'll have Martin as centre-back and Upamecano in the summer transfer window. Martin, I'd go with Skriniar and Upamecano at centre-back, get rid of Otamendi and Stones. Decent shout. Camavinga, good young centre-back. Oh, good young centre mid was that? Sorry, it just jumped then. Where's that gone? Sorry, Stu. I was reading your comment there and it just jumped. Let me just get it back. Yeah, Camavinga, good young centre mid. Sorry, you were saying. I would take Philippe Sandler back, says Zidane. Kamal, going into next season, centre back should be Laporte, Upamecano, Skriniar and Garcia. Wow, that would be interesting. That would cost a lot of money. Really, Zidane, I wouldn't personally. Jesus isn't good enough. I disagree. Jesus is not all that. We're really? Wow. Crazy. Jack Lee, Laporte with Skriniar and Garcia on the bench, sell Stones to the Brick Lane company down the road. Cabal, Barca offering players including Semedo to winter for Martinez. They obviously don't have the cash for him and I don't think they'll pay the money for him. Yeah, they're struggling massively. Financially, they're struggling. They are, and hence why they're trying to offload a load of players to get Martinez. Still going to be interesting what happens, certainly with the likes of Real and Barca. Sandler has good potential, but not ready yet. I don't think he'd get in this team. Stu MC says, Husam Aouar is one of that Pep Light's replacement David Silva. I've seen Aouar. I've seen him live. He's all right. He's okay. For me, he's just another Mahrez. So not for me, if I'm being honest. But hey, Todd Cantwell, David Silva replacement. What are you talking about? Todd Cantwell as a David Silva replacement? Really? Is that a joke? So I'll tell you what, after everybody's been complaining about Phil Foden not getting enough game time, Phil Foden, Stockport, Iniesta, Manchester lad, blah, blah, blah. Now you want to buy somebody in to replace David Silva. So Phil Foden, what? Is he just sits on the bench again? Madness. Jesus says mixed views from our supporters. I must admit, I like him. I'm thinking the same thing, Andy, too. Bad. Martin's not doing the same. Doing the Upamecano news. Gabriel Jesus. You heard it here first, remember. Okay. Upamecano does have a bad injury record, though. Could be the next Mendy. I like Tah, says USA Man City fan. I like Jonathan Tah as well. Matt Day, Skriniar too clumsy, better with Upamecano. I'll have to watch some clips of all these rumoured players. Nathan Ake would be a good shout. Well, we've said that on the channel. I mean, we've said it since the beginning of last year. I think the January transfer window last year, 2019, I was talking about Nathan Ake. I like Ake, I really do, but he seems to have gone very quiet about him. If Barca are struggling financially, I think City should place a cheeky bid for Messi. Wouldn't it be great? Cantwell, I know. Carlton, yeah. John McGuinness, Stones hasn't improved since his days at Everton. Being English bought him more time than he deserves time to move him on. Yeah, possibly, you're right, John. My pronunciation ain't that bad. I would never have Cantwell as a replacement. I know. I don't know whether it was a joke or what. But anyway, talking about a replacement for this man. Oh my lord, are you kidding me? But basically, David Silva. It looks like we've said before. It looks like I think Martin said it on his live vlogs. David Silva looks like he could be in negotiations to return to Valencia. I think which would be a really, really nice touch. Excuse me. But talking about, he was asked a question about how he react if his son played for Manchester City. And he said he would be very proud if Matteo one day plays for Manchester City. Obviously, Matteo is now he's 2 years old, I think he is now, and spent the first 5 months of his life in hospital after being born prematurely at just 25 weeks. But he's made a full recovery and he's now full of energy. And he's told the Man City official website he barely stops running. He said what he does now is run up and down all the time. He's not paying great attention to the ball so far. He said, I'll support him if he wants to play, and hopefully that happens. And if it happened and at some point he wears the City shirt, I'd be very, very proud. So, here's hoping, Here's hoping one day the legendary David Silva's son, Matteo, does pull on that blue of Manchester City, which would be absolutely amazing. On to another little bit of sort of gossip, whatever, but this is apparently, according to The Athletic, but I don't believe much about this, if I'm being honest, but City are keen on the Leeds United centre-back Ben White, according to the report in The Athletic. He's 22 years of age, currently on loan at Ellen Road from Brighton, and has attracted the interest of reigning Premier League champion City, but Guardiola's side may face some tough competition for his signature. Likes of Liverpool, United are also reported to be interested in signing the young defender if Brighton do decide to sell White in the summer. As well as flourishing under Leeds United coach Marcelo Bielsa this season, a 5-year-old Leeds United fan recently became a major talking point on social media, offering his own pocket money to Brighton to sign Ben White on a permanent deal. But just a nice little story, the poor kid. I think it was £15 something or something to donate to try and make Ben White stay. But anyway, we'll see on that one. Ben White, 22-year-old centre-back. I can't see that. I mean, if I'm honest with you, but hey, we're going to be linked with every single player under the sun because it's that time of year. Even though we're in lockdown, nothing can happen. But anyway, we'll see. Stu says Tara's a class player. Have you seen anything of Leon Bailey, the Jamaican? Yeah, I have. He is quick, but it's not progressed. He thought from 2 years ago when he really burst on the scene, he would have really progressed. Hasn't really done anything. So for me, no, not for me. Do you think we'll get Lautaro Martinez? I don't know. I hope so, but I've got a funny feeling that Barca are going to do everything they can to throw a load of players at Inter to get him. Andy Martin, come on, City. How are you, Robert? John Stones is better for England than City. Campbell wouldn't even lace Foden's boots. I know. Gimenez from Atletico as well. God, I mean, how many more players are we going to be linked with? Foden replaced David. Hi, Martin. How are you doing, buddy? Says Robert. Better going back to Valencia than into Miami. I agree with that one. Will he sign a short-term extension as if he doesn't make us a lot weaker for the last few games? Foden is a baller. He is. Arik, Man City Fan TV. How are you, Retro NUFC? Have you had enough yet? Have you had enough of the journos yet? Good luck with it, mate. Hope it goes through. Well, apparently the deposit's been paid, but according to reports, the Saudis don't like releasing anything until everything is absolutely confirmed. That's their business model. So apparently 17 million has been deposited. That's a deposit that's been put down in Mike Ashley's bank account. Now, if it doesn't go through, that 5% deposit of 17 million stays in Mike Ashley's bank account by all accounts. So he's a canny, as you would say, he's a canny businessman. So he's got a 5% deposit, 17 million quid paid already. And if there's any stalls or any delays or anything goes wrong and the takeover doesn't happen, he still keeps the 17 million. So by all accounts, it looks like it could go through in another 2-3 weeks. So just look out for all they're already at you, the journos. We know it. I'm talking already tonight with the Newcastle fans on Twitter. The likes of Delaney, the likes of Oliver Holt, they're already at you. Just have thick skin. Just don't even open it. Just ignore it, because that's what they're after. Question: if these potential Newcastle owners are so rich, why are they haggling over 40 million? Well, I said that on the Friday Night Social. That was a good question in the last Friday Night Social, Martin. Alexander Savage, subscribe to my channel. Would you take Lucas Torreira? No. Mike Ashley is in such a good position right now. He is. Andy, you need to do a show for Newcastle United fans on what you expect and how to navigate the Sharks. Might do with the Magpie channel. They're mates of ours up at Newcastle. Ones we've done loads of stuff with, so I might give them a call and maybe we'll put something together and have a bit of chat with them about the United stuff and about what to expect. I wonder how much is Newcastle's transfer budget. Don't know. It's going to be interesting. Ashley, worst Premier League owner in Premier League history. It's been far worse than Ashley, trust me. Far worse. Right, what else? Is there anything else? Yes. Surprise. Little bit of UEFA news and a fresh statement on the back of everything that was said in their meeting last week. And it's saying that UEFA will consider special cases to cancel league seasons, but have reiterated a dedication to finishing the European divisions and cup competitions. Elite football in Europe has been suspended, obviously following the corona outbreak. And the Europa League and Champions League ties are still at the last 16 stage. And as I think Martin covered again yesterday and the day before about the rumoured 29th of August, was what they said in their meeting last week. Now, earlier this month, the Belgian League abandoned its season, proclaiming Club Brugge as champions. Although there was only one round of fixtures left before the playoffs between the top 6 teams, Bruges were 15 points clear of Ghent. New measures to resume the football season could be announced after the UEFA Executive Committee meeting on Thursday. And the UEFA statement said UEFA today met its 55 member associations via video conference and presented an update of the options being looked at into by 2 working groups that were created mid-March. A variety of calendar options were presented covering both national team and club competition matches, and that's nothing new. Martin covered all that sort of stuff, but the interesting thing was there's a strong recommendation given to finish domestic top division and cup competitions, but some special cases will be heard once guidelines concerning participation to European competitions in case of a cancelled league have been developed. Any decisions on the above topics would be announced after the UEFA Executive Committee meeting on Thursday. So that's quite interesting because originally UEFA were putting out these statements, these announcements that basically they have already put the 29th of August as the Champions League final in Istanbul, and a few days earlier the Europa League final, which, like I said, Martin covered in his vlogs the last couple of days. But now they're saying that there are going to potentially be some special cases that they will consider. And I've just got this feeling that this is pushing on. And I think the longer this is going, the more this is turning people's stomachs for the fact of players playing behind closed doors, players being locked up in hotel rooms, players being, tested, blah, 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 blah. And there was a great article today. If you've not read it, go and read. And I tweeted it. So at Aviation Bloom, I tweeted it first thing this morning. Go and read Martin Samuel's article in the Daily Mail all about this. And it was the one, if you remember rightly, about 3-4 weeks ago, Karen Brady came out saying that the season should be null and voided. And she got absolutely lambasted about it, absolutely destroyed in the media. And actually Martin Samuels come out saying, maybe she had a point. Maybe people shouldn't have jumped on her like they did at the time. And maybe she's the one who's coming out of this talking a bit of sense, which is what I've said all along. If you've not seen it, go and watch the videos. I've done the videos on it. I'm not going to go over it again and again and again. I've done them all already. But he's talking about how many staff would be there, how many testing kits would be needed, how many personnel would be required, what about the people in lockdown. So he's basically covering all the stuff we've been discussing on this channel now for 4 weeks. When I did that video saying we should have null and voided it, I said a month ago it should have been null and voided. Go read the article. It's really, really good. I'm just wondering whether I could find it for you. Let me just see if I can. Tell you what, just give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll post you a link if you haven't read it already. I'll try and post you a link in the description below. Let me just see if I can just find it while I'm on that website itself. Give me 1 second. No, not that one. I will try and find it. Is that it? No. I will try and find it before the end of this vlog, and I'll post a link to it. Oh yeah, I've got it. Got it for you now. It's just come up. I'll post you a link below here in the comments section there. So if you haven't read it, go over after this vlog and go and read it, because it's talking about testing kits and how the hell can we take away testing kits from care homes and NHS frontline staff, things like that, to do it for football when have they got special permission for it? So it's a very, very interesting article. Right, let me just go back to your comments before I cover the last bit. Yep, really nice lads over at the Magpie channel. They are nice guys who asked me to subscribe to their channel. Retro Oystons, the Oystons, yeah. Ashley ripped the heart off Soul of Newcastle. I wonder if True Joyley's changed his stance on throwing money at football club. He's not changed his stance. He's just trying to use a different language. That's all he's done. He's now trying to come out saying, oh no, I didn't really say about that. And if you can't differentiate between ownership and fans. No, he didn't. He slagged the fans off. Whatever he says, he's talking garbage. He slagged the fans off. Not just the football club, he slagged the fans off. So he can say what he likes now. He said it on camera. Who is your favourite team in the Premier League other than City? Don't have a favourite Premier League team. I'm only a City fan. Euro places at serious risk if any top league are cancelled. Not interested in the slightly, Mark Bell. We can be kicked out of it for all I'm bothered about. Not interested at all. Hang on. I can't go on holiday in August, but footballers can travel. Yeah. Hi, Carl. How are you, buddy? So footballers can go on holiday, but we can't. Well, I'm not sure it's a holiday, but hey. Andy, it's madness. Season is done. It should be done. It's not done, but it should be. Footballers can book private jet and avoid contact. Well, they can officially. My missus made a good point saying, will the players have to isolate 14 days after every game, or are they exempt from the rules? No, because they're all in the same hotel and they're being tested every second day. So it's different. Hey Martin, Man City Fan TV, how are you doing? Borders are closed though, Alex. My missus made a good cake today. Well done, Chris. What type of cake? That surprises me. Can you share a pic of the cake? Will it still be closed in August? It's no longer in one piece. Hi Dupe, how are you? I don't like the True Geordie, not now, not as before, but he talks garbage. But anyway, listen, last little bit of before I go is it just goes to show you, are players really that stupid? Because we're trying to, this is the thing, and this is what, after everything we've just been talking about there, about putting them in isolation for 4 weeks, taken away from their families, getting them to do this, getting them to do that, being tested every second day, blood samples, 500 people behind closed doors having to put this on, even though they've got no special permission from the government, unlike, like every other business haven't. Only a few weeks ago, we had the whole Jack Grealish incident, lambasted in the paper. 5 days later, we had the Kyle Walker thing, lambasted in the paper. 10 days ago, was it? About 10 days ago, what did we have? We had Jose Mourinho and 3-4 players in a park in London apologising. I'm sorry, what we were wrong, blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah, de, blah. 10 days later, what do we get? More Spurs players out training, sitting on a bench together. I mean, it does make you wonder, players, do they deserve that? How thick are they? How stupid are they? You know, these are people, and not only the fact of doing it, and I'm sure most people, if they wore a mask, most people, like anybody, if you wore a mask and you were out jogging and things in the park, people probably wouldn't even pay much attention to you. But you're going to get Spurs fans, aren't you, that are going to potentially see you. But not that. Put it over social media. Put it all over your Instagram page. Sat on a bench together. You just think, for fuck's sake, you know, it just, I don't know. But it says they were at the centre of another social distancing breach, this time involving Serge Aurier and Moussa Sissoko. The duo could be in hot water, Jesus Christ, after flouting the rules introduced during the coronavirus pandemic to train together on Tuesday, with right-back Aurier posting footage of them going through their paces on social media before deleting the videos. The pair were forced to apologise after ignoring the government's lockdown regulations, stating that exercise is only allowed with people from your own household and they don't live together. Like that's not already been explained to them by the Tottenham hierarchy, including the manager, who got an absolute roasting for taking a load of players in the park. They also pledged to make a donation to the NHS. Whoopie-doo. Aurier and Sissoko are unlikely to be fined. But a Spurs spokesman said, we shall be speaking to both players involved. What? Aurier wearing a mask appears to film midfielder Sissoko while at least respecting the requirements to be at least 2 metres apart, but in the following clips they can see him performing running drills and then sitting alongside each other on a park bench. I mean, it just absolutely beggars belief. It just beggars belief. And it does get you, when they say, oh, we'll make a donation to the NHS. You know what it starts making me feel like? It starts making me feel like when footballers park their cars on, do not park here, disabled bays in Manchester or London or Liverpool or Newcastle or wherever they're from. Because they just think, well, it's a £75 fine. It's peanuts. It's like me giving 10p. Again, they think that rules don't apply to them. They think because they've got a load of money, I'll tell you what, we'll just give the NHS some money. We'll give them 25 grand. Well, 25 grand to somebody on 125 grand is nothing. It's like me being fined 50 quid or 100 quid. It's like, whoopie-doo. It's just, it makes my blood boil. It really does. They are just the biggest bellends going, some of them. They really are amazing. And we're expecting fans to not congregate outside these stadiums that footballers are going to play in behind closed doors, and footballers can't even abide, because they just can't, because it's just, and then there's all these articles coming out today about football. The Premier League have set up these, websites because they are, struggling behind closed doors in their mansions and, everything else, and they're being tested and questioned by psychologists because, it's such a hardship for them, unlike everybody else, the normal people on the street. It's so hard for these footballers, and it just beggars belief. Absolutely beggars belief. It really does. But anyway, I'll read your comments, then I've got to go. I have a shout out. You can have a shout out, Retro and UFC. I'm partially joking, but what I like about them is what we shared some great moments with them. I like the rivalry. They're not annoying like LFC and United fans. Stout and chocolate cake, mate. Very tasty. Sounds very nice, Chris. Don't go, just come. No, gotta go, mate. It's very late. Michael Gove was meant to be isolated but went for a jog. Funny that, isn't it? Boils. My you know what, I'm craving for that cake now. Tottenham players are really taking it. Yep, they are. Andy, have you got Boris in that under the stairs closet? Andy, have you got Boris in that under the stairs closet? No, mate. I haven't. Those players aren't the sharpest knives in the drawer. They're not. Okay, when they catch coronavirus, they would learn a lesson. Well, it's not about... I couldn't give two flying shits about footballers catching coronavirus if they're out doing it like that. It's about who they could give it to. That's what I'm more concerned about. They want to be that stupid that they go out there. But that's the problem. It's not about them. It's about who they can give it to. These Tottenham players have no brains. Making a donation isn't going to affect them in the slightest. Give them match bans. Good point. Come on. I feel so bad for them. I know it's terrible, isn't it? I got David Silva match attack card today. Well done, Catherine. Right, guys, listen. I'm going. I've been on now for 50 minutes. So listen, everybody, please stay safe wherever you are. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. Just stick by the rules. Stay safe. We will be out of this at some point. With regards to football, who knows what's going to happen. But anyway, look after your loved ones. Keep healthy. Go out for your exercise. Go out and get some fresh air. You're entitled to it, so go and do it. And just absolutely stay safe and give your loved ones a hug. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll take care. Have a wonderful evening. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon. That way you're notified when new videos are out. Don't forget, if you are a subscriber, I should say, get my words out, make sure that your notifications are set to public and not private. Because sometimes people say, well, I wasn't notified it was on. Well, probably because your settings are in private. You need to set them to public. And that way you'll get a ping and when we go live. But anyway, guys, thanks, Andy. Great vlog. Thanks, Martin. Dummy of Martin in that closet. Loads of entertainment on the internet. Really makes the isolation feel less extreme. It does, mate. Take care, Retro. Good to see you back, Andy. Stay safe, everyone. You too, Chris. Take care, Blues. Thanks, Andy. You too, Mingy Wong and Jack Lee. Thank you, Martin. Another brilliant vlog. Martin? What? Stay safe, guys. Will you be back soon? Love you all. Well done, Andy. Thank you, Catherine. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you soon.